Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is a fantastic day to dive deep into the absolute chaos unfolding in Port Charles right now. We have a massive amount of ground to cover today, so grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's just jump straight into the madness. So let's talk about the next 3 weeks, from April 13 all the way to May 1. Honestly, looking at these spoilers, I am already exhausted, but I am so here for it. The writers are throwing everything at the wall for May sweeps, and we have to start with Willow Kane. What on earth is happening with Willow? She is stooping to new lows, and I mean Mariana Trench levels of low. She is plotting this daring, ridiculous manipulation of Charlotte Cassadine. Charlotte! A teenager who has already been through so much trauma. But Willow wants to expose Valentine Cassadine's hideout, and she clearly doesn't care who she has to step on to do it. It's wild because remember when Willow was just the sweet school teacher? Now she's this ruthless congresswoman, and Nina Reeves is going to be completely stunned by a confession Willow makes. I mean, it takes a lot to shock Nina these days. But here we are. Willow is just spiraling into full villain territory. But it doesn't stop there with Willow. She is also dealing with the massive, glaring problem that Trina Robinson and Kai Taylor know she shot Drew Kane. This is a ticking time bomb for her. Will Willow take bold steps to deal with her Trina and Kai problem? Yes, obviously. She's terrified. Her entire political career and her freedom are on the line, and she's lashing out in every direction. She even confronts Jacinda Bracken. Why Jacinda? Because she's dating Michael, and Willow just can't let anything go. It's honestly a bit pathetic, but also terrifying because Willow actually has power now. She is backed into a corner, and a cornered Willow is a dangerous Willow. I just really hope Trina watches her back. Because Willow is not playing around anymore. She is desperate to keep that secret buried, so Laura Collins is finally stepping up. Thank God, someone has to be the adult in the room in this town. Laura knows Jen Sidwell is pulling the strings when it comes to Congresswoman Kane. Let that sink in for a second. The former mayor knows a ruthless mob boss is controlling a U.S. Congresswoman, and Laura is proposing an alliance to fight back. She's going to recruit someone, and the spoilers hint it might be Nina, which is a choice, but maybe a smart one? Nina has influence over Willow, or at least she desperately wants to believe she does. Laura needs Nina's help to make sure Willow doesn't go too far, but let's be real. Is it already too late? Probably. I mean, Willow is already threatening teenagers and plotting massive cover-ups. But I love seeing Laura in full strategic mode. She knows how to fight these battles. Let's pivot to the Route 91 crash because I am still so incredibly mad about this storyline. The narrative is really trying to make Brooklyn Quartermain the fall guy. And it's so frustrating. We all saw Curtis and Jordan making out while driving. They were completely distracted. That is why they swerved and crashed. But no, the show is pointing fingers at Brooklyn because she had a glass of wine before driving to Charlie's pub. It's ridiculous, but Tracy Quartermain is going into full crisis mode. And when Tracy goes into crisis mode, she moves mountains. She is going to become part of a massive cover-up, because it looks like Brooklyn is concealing a few things about the evening those car accidents happened. Tracy has to protect her. She just has to. And Tracy concealing things is just classic Quartermain behavior. She's protecting her family at all costs. But think about the heavy guilt Brooklyn is carrying right now. She probably thinks she actually caused the crash, because she was tipsy. But she didn't, or maybe she clipped Charlotte's car. The whole thing is a confusing mess. Charlotte and Danny were joyriding recklessly. Curtis and Jordan were canoodling like teenagers. And Brooklyn is the one sweating bullets. It's so unfair. But I guess that's soap operas for you. You need a scapegoat for the drama. And right now, Brooklyn is wearing the horns. I just hope Tracy's cover-up holds water because the cops are going to be asking questions. Especially with Chase and Brooklyn just getting conditionally approved to foster baby Phoebe. If she goes down for this, they lose that baby. Okay, let's talk about something actually exciting. Ethan Lovett is coming back. April 17th, mark your calendars right now. I have missed Ethan so much. He just brings this chaotic, charming rogue energy that the show really desperately needs right now. And he's going to check in with Christina Corinthos Davis, which is going to be so incredibly interesting. They have so much history. He was so protective of her back in the day with the whole abusive Kiefer situation. and the spoilers say his return could potentially spark some old feelings for her during the week of April 20 to 24. Honestly, I am totally here for it. Christina has been through the ringer lately. A little Ethan Lovett distraction might be exactly what she needs, or it could be a total disaster. Either way, I am watching every second, and Tracy is going to catch up with Ethan too. The spoilers say she admits Ethan reminds her a great deal of his father, Luke Spencer. Cue the tears, you guys. That is going to be such a beautiful, emotional scene. Tracy loved Luke with all her heart, and seeing his son, who has so much of that same wild energy, is going to hit her hard, especially with everything else she's dealing with regarding the Brooklyn crisis. Ethan is a piece of the past, walking back into Port Charles. But he's not just here for nostalgia and catching up, he has a serious mission. Ethan is going to team up with Sonny Corinthos, because Ethan holds a massive grudge against Jen Sidwell. Remember the terrible danger Sidwell put Holly Sutton in? Ethan certainly hasn't forgotten. So Ethan and Sonny forming an alliance against Sidwell is going to be epic. Two guys who operate outside the law teaming up to take down a massive, terrifying threat. Sidwell is so fixated on Sonny right now, blaming him for Marco's death. But Sidwell doesn't know what's coming. Ethan is smart, has resourceful, and he absolutely does not play by the rules. This is exactly the kind of unpredictable backup Sonny needs right now to turn the tables. But let's get back to the hospital drama. Britt Westbourne, poor Britt. She is suffering setback after setback, and now she bumps into Lulu Spencer. This is going to be an incredibly awkward encounter. Lulu is a nervous wreck trying to keep Rocco's secret. Rocco shot Ross Cullum. We know it, Lulu knows it, Jason is taking the fall for it. And Britt is smart. She's going to look at Lulu and know something is off. Britt is going to potentially stir up some Rocco Falconeri suspicions, and Lulu is going to panic. Because if the truth comes out, Rocco's life is ruined. But Britt is desperate too. She needs answers. Britt is in so much danger right now. Ross Cullum controls her Huntington's medication. And May sweeps are getting underway, which means the Cullum drama is going to explode. Cullum may be determined to figure out who actually shot him on the pier. He thinks Britt and Jason are covering for someone. And he's right, but if Cullum finds out it was Rocco? Oh man, Cullum is ruthless. Just because Sidwell let Britt live doesn't mean Cullum will want the same thing. Britt's life could still be in extreme jeopardy if she doesn't follow orders exactly. And things could get even messier for Britt if she finds out Rocco is the one who fired at Cullum that night. Will she protect Lula's kid? Or will she save herself to get her meds? It's a terrible moral dilemma. And speaking of Cullum, Jocelyn Jax is in the crosshairs now. Jocelyn has a WSB secret, and it could be at massive risk if Cullum digs deep enough. Cullum just might have a reason to if he recalls seeing Jocelyn in his ICU room. Why was she even there? Jocelyn with a shovel is always dangerous. She's always poking her nose where it doesn't belong. And now she's investigating Carly and Valentin's living situation. She's highly suspicious. But she needs to be worrying about Cullum. Because if Cullum remembers her, he's going to come after her. And Jocelyn is tough, but she's not invincible against a guy like that. Which brings us to the messy triangle at Carla's house. Carly, Valentin, and Jack Brennan. Carly is hiding Valentin, a wanted fugitive, in her attic, while simultaneously sleeping with Brennan, the WSB guy who is actively looking for Valentin. It is so reckless. Carly is completely rattled right now. She ends up wary, because the walls are closing in fast. Jocelyn is snooping around, Willow is trying to trick Charlotte to expose Valentin's location, and Brennan is not stupid. Hez oblivious right now because Hez smitten, but he is connecting the dots. It is only a matter of time, and the spoilers confirm it. Carly and Valentin's alliance and romantic connection will be exposed to Jack Brennan eventually, and there is going to be an epic blow-up. Brennan is going to realize the absolute depth of Carly's betrayal. She used him. She slept with him to keep tabs on Jason's WSB situation, all while harboring his enemy under her roof. Brennan is going to lose his mind. And honestly, Carly kind of deserves it. She played with fire, and now her house is going to burn down. Figuratively, I hope. But Valentin is so intensely jealous, he might just throw hands when it all comes out. The confrontation between Brennan and Carly is going to be must-watch TV. I can't wait to see the look on Brennan's face when the puzzle pieces finally click into place. Okay, let's take a breath and talk about something sweet. Because we need a breather from all this mob and WSB stress, Giovanni Palmieri and Emma Scorpio Drake, they are heading to New York City for a Broadway getaway. Gio is going to dazzle Emma with a Broadway show. They are going to see Aladdin. And they are going to interact with Michael James Scott after his performance as Genie. This is such a cute crossover. Gio is really stepping up. Emma has been so stressed about her grandma Anna being in the hospital with no visitors allowed, she needs this break. And Gio is proving he's a really solid, romantic guy. It's a nice little pocket of happiness before we plunge back into the darkness. But yeah, the darkness is coming. May's sweeps are going to be brutal, especially with Willow. I just can't get over how far she's fallen. She's dealing with growing concerns about Kai and Trina. She knows they know she shot Drew, and she's going to take bold steps. What does that even mean? Is she going to frame them? Threaten their families? Have Sidwell's goons intimidate them? Willow has Sidwell backing her, even if she doesn't fully realize the terrifying extent of his control over her life. Port Charles is a complete powder keg right now. Between the Route 91 cover-up, Cullum hunting for his shooter, Brennan finding out Carly's massive secret, and Ethan teaming up with Sonny, nobody is safe. And I am here for every single messy second of it. I'll be watching, and I know you guys will be too. Let's just hope our favorites survive the month.